What up, bosses? Yeah, you didn't see me there. I was hiding behind my new ass, big ass bulb up there. Look how sick that is. It's kind of beside the point of what this video is going to entail, but how good does that look? I'm going to have a short vlog coming up, sort of giving you a bit more of an insight into my Boba Fett and how I stumbled across such a badass mofo. That's why we got the webcam, just for this beautiful moment. You can check out my lovely mustache. So today is a very big day. The new Dawn is here. It's the latest Paragon patch, V42. As you guys may have known, I did actually play it 2 weeks ago, or a week ago or so, on the PvE. I was able to test it out and make a couple of guides and videos for you bosses to give you an insight. I've been getting a lot of comments on YouTube, like, oh, I don't understand this and I don't understand that, which is understandable, as a lot has changed in this patch. So this video is basically me logging on for the first time. I'm going to go through everything that you're going to experience and how to kind of build a deck. I do actually have a deck in much more detail, 6-minute short video, boom. Going to be working on more guides. I'm going to be streaming all of this week, starting from today, 7 PM, English time, UK time, GMT, I believe that is. So every day this week I'm going to be streaming. I'm trying to do every champion on stream to get a better feel for them, and then to work into some guides that I'm going to be making as we move along up onto YouTube. So a lot of Paragon content is going to be coming, and lots of League of Legends stuff if you're into that. So we get this welcome message. So no longer have we had card packs. Something I'm going to touch on in a separate video. My little rest. I've got some cool clips to look back at the changes. Chests are still available, but kind of different content. We now have the veteran chests. I don't know what happened. I had 170 previously when I was on the PvE, and I only have half that amount. So you may actually log on and realize when you click on the veteran chests, they're not in your image. I actually sent an email to Epic. Was like, yo, I played on PvE. Is this bug? Because I didn't any of my progress on the PvE didn't transfer over. So I was like, is this bugged? Surely this can't be right. And I was speaking to a buddy. It turned out the servers crashed. You may have been trying to get on yesterday. I was meant to be streaming yesterday. Couldn't stream as servers were down. And that's the reason why too many people were trying to open chests. It kind of crashed it all. So all your chests will just magically open, which is probably a good thing. Because, I mean, if you have, like, I'm only, I haven't really got all that many compared to other people. Like, I've seen people with 500 plus. That is one long ass time you'll be clicking. Because they don't open just like, boom, you can open them all. Which, so it's probably a good thing. Daily login rewards are updated, so we now get card packs and the gems. We'll cover more things in more details, and let's say short guides are going to be coming up as quick as I can do them, but you have to bear with me, guys. So masteries have done. If you previously had a mastery for a champion, they will go over. If you didn't, then unlucky, because all that work you've done will be reset to level 0. And now you can get level 10. I clicked on several, and it's going to cost me 750,000 to take them to the next level, which is crazy. I don't know how quickly we earn rep or what. I don't know. I know there's always been that thing that everyone complained there was nothing to spend rep on, and well, I don't know. So open veteran chests. As we go on there, we probably realise that it doesn't work yet. Okay, so unfortunately, or not unfortunately, that's a good idea. What you have to do, maybe unfortunately for me, but I love playing bots. Who doesn't love playing bots? You have to play a bot game before you can play PvP, which is a good thing. So you can't actually build a deck, or they won't even let you. They won't let you build a deck. So we may as well jump into a bot game. We don't have to worry about anything else at the moment. So what we're going to do is we have the option co-op vs AI or solo vs AI. Maybe you want to play solo vs AI, you can play around with it and no one worries. But we're just going to jump in co-op AI. I don't know if you do get XP for solo vs AI. You did on the PvE, but I think that was which is a good thing because it was so hard. It was so hard to actually play a PvP game because you had to be on at the right time, and you needed 10 people to play a game, and there wasn't a great amount of people invited. So anyway, let's weighing up. So really, there's a couple of things obviously changed in the shop, which we've talked about before. My camera, old Boba Fett will be blocking us up, but standard here, everything really works the same. We'll go Severog, right? Because we've got my level 10 in crown. So we'll lock him in. We can customize. You'll now see that you have a rival skin. Everyone has a rival skin. You can click to show this or not. It'd be nice once they add it, but little things. Banner-wise, if you have got a champion to level 10 or a certain level, and you had if the mastery was unlocked right, then you do have a new banner. You have this. You have 2 banners for every champ. Now has 2. Every champ has a new rival skin and 2 banners, a new emote, and also the crowns. And I believe there's 3 crowns, but you have to have masteries in the different tiers of masteries. I have the level 10 mastery. So what we got here, like I say, this is the first time I've actually played on this, so we'll see what happens. It should all be straight shot. I don't have a mouse. Oh, there we go. I'm trying to make sure we're not lagging either. I'm a bit worried. My game crashed 5 times when I was trying to make this video. So cards, 101. Okay, what was a card? So cost, that is your agility right there. There's 3 different videos. We have agility, vitality, and intellect. Stats bonuses, so that's the damage. This card's given us 28 additional damage and 24 armor, I believe that would count. And might strikes is, most cards will have abilities these days. And your card level. Card level, I don't think it's actually important to PvP. I'm not 100% sure, but you can basically upgrade your cards, which makes the banner around them look cooler. And on top of that, gives them additional damage. But I think that's only affecting the PvP, so you would never, that wouldn't carry the PvP because that would be crap, right? Power for power, so killing blows, we kill minions, we earn gold, killing raptors. Again, I've got a lot of ideas why I want to do separate guides, which I'm working on as quick as I can. But I wanted to do a video like this, so for you guys maybe struggling, it's easier for me to just kind of check everything in here. But I will be breaking everything down. So we've got it. So we've got a deck. It's the only deck we can use. I guess they fixed the ones for the tanks. So gold wise, you start off on 1,000 gold. We have our attributes here. Attack speed is an agility, health and regen, vitality, and intellect mana. Is that a bot, first blood? Buying a tribute includes a sock and gem will activate a bonus agility, a bonus ability, which we'll talk about a little bit later on, and I do cover in a video I actually have at the moment. I do have a video about building a deck. So here, really, this deck's more for the vitality. We want to go around this tree. Whilst we could get down agility, we do have the point there. Like this opening one, we can find out if we hover over it. It gives us quick. Why didn't I have the jungle one? So it's up to you how you want to build, and at this we're limited to what they want. So they want us to go for this. Do they? Oh no, we don't. So sorry. Yeah, I'm trying to jump ahead. So for me, we're greeted with this. We have 1,000 gold. And the only card that we really could buy is the agility one here with the 1 value. But as you can see, I can't click on it. The reason because of that is I need the point down that tree to get it. So we put a point down agility, and now boom, that unlocks this. And we can click on it and put it there. We can also actually take it back, and it gives us a point back. But if there's an item that costs gold, some items cost gold, that's a consumable, and once it's used or you sell it, you won't get that gold back. But this will always stay there. It will always stay there. Unlike where you can take cards back, you can't take points back. So if you put a point down the agility tree, and you're like, oh, I wish it was down the vitality tree, that's 1,000 gold, that's gone. But, 1,000 gold worth of stats still. So whilst here, if we want this card, it's 3 points of vitality. For example, we want this card, 2 points agility, 7 points of vitality. Basics of, it's the basics. So here's our fancy, whoa, oh, we can, did I? Kind of thought we were able to actually, I really would love to actually be able to, spin the camera around and look at my character, right? You get these fancy skins, you never see them. So that's our first emote. We have the crown, beautiful stuff, right? And then we have another emote. How's my team? How I feel was that? Oh, we got the first one. Oh, bots for the win. So jump pads all still the same. Biggest changes really in games: the attack speed changes and the cooldown. So we have currently gone down 1 point in agility. One thing you will note. What's that doing? That's my abilities. One thing you will notice is that you can actually put points in lane, right? So if we're out, we have 1,000 gold. 1,000 gold is when you can buy something. Unless it's a consumable, you can back some consumables at 300. But if we press G right now, so G, if you're a console guy, I don't know here. So I'm going to put a point down my vitality tree now, okay? So that's what I want to go for. This is going to give us bonus to 2.2 health regen. You can see what the additional stat's going to be. And now I gain that stat right now. Is this still bugged? It's still bugged, so annoying. I can't believe they actually let that go live. So you may find when you press G and you put a point, it actually bugs. I think you just press G anyway. If you press escape, it will actually reset that. But yeah, it's a bug that I'm really surprised that actually got put through. So yeah, you can see this guy sucks. Newbie bot. Whew, easy. So getting kills just gives us gold, farming minions gives us gold. I talk about all the values and I will be in a separate video. You can see attack speed is pretty damn fast. But until the problem is I haven't actually played too much PvP, and I haven't actually at the moment since it's gone live. So that's why I want to stream to get a proper feel for it before, you know, saying, oh, maybe attack speed broken. Attack speed's always going to look broken for us playing against bots, right? That's going to be that. The one thing that does annoy me is that card that pops up there. I don't like how that pops up every time. It's not neat. I don't need to know that. I don't need to know that. I personally, but you know, it's something. It's not really the end of the world. So gold buff, of course, gives you gold. Or prime, raptors, and jungle camps will give you gold. So you always want to try and secure and stick Goldie here. So we actually have one. This is what you actually want to be watching, and it's quite easy. It's something that's going to be easily forgotten as you kind of move in, because normally you would be farming. Right? We'd be farming here, and I could farm for 10 minutes, and I would have 13 card points, say, and then I'd be like, well, I'm going to back now, but I don't need to back, so I'm just going to keep on farming. But here, like, you could have 13 card points of stats right now. So I've got 2,000 gold. That's 2,000 gold sat there doing nothing. This is so annoying. Oh, so annoying. Leave me alone, bro. I'm making a video. This is for the people that you know. You're gonna die now, son. You're gonna die. The thing is, here I'm currently. Normally, I like click. Like, if I wanted to kill someone, I would click right. But I'm literally, no word of a lie, I'm holding my mouse down. That's to me that just seems a bit broken. Literally, I'm holding my mouse down. It just, I don't know. I don't like that. I normally be like, I'm auto attack, and I auto attack, but I literally am holding it down, but. That's besides the point. So we currently almost have 3,000 gold worth of stats missing. So you know, that's, you really want to be watching that, and it's something that you have to be careful with. So I'm gonna go down. We'll go for a 2D. Let's be aggressive here. You know, actually, well, the thing is, when I say this, you have to build. This is where it comes down to your deck. So if you press Control G, that's how you bring up your deck. We need to know. So this one's 5 damage. If I want this card, I need 5 points in agility. I want this card, I need 3 vitality and 5 health. When we do have points in this tree, we have to go to the shop to buy the cards, but you are getting the stats here. So, alright, we want this one, Thunder Cleaver. So I'm going to put an additional 2 stats there. And I now have 2 points available what can be spent, which I can't use on anything, as there's no card that has that many points, or little points, I guess you should say. I'm hoping this will make sense. Any comments, questions, any guides you'd like to see, I will bring out. Like I say, I just wanted to kind of make a brief video covering things as much as I can. The problem is I can do some videos and then, you know, you're missing something, and I feel here with all the gameplay, we can talk about it. But I do plan on, my plan for Paragon is to release guides, to be streaming every day for the next week and for the foreseeable future. But, you know, I will be giving you more details about stream times for them. But it will be 7 PM all this week. Let's, use my ult. So what about? Let's do it. Can we do it? There's minions. I wanted to ult him, and then I pressed an ult 1. So that's ult 1 and ult 2 for tabs. So cool. I really like this rival skin. So nice. So another 2,000 gold again. I keep spending, because in theory you could actually just stay out in lane. Before, you know, you wouldn't have any additional stats. If you decided to make a fight, you'd be 13,000 stats, 13,000 gold stats down. Say if it was 3 or 2,000 stats points down here at this point in time, which is huge, right? Because I can put another 0.2. You know, you've seen the additional. We're gaining 1.5 attack speed and armor every time we do it, which is really nice. And also on top of that, what should be noted is there isn't any gems here. These gems are like kind of runes, and they give you bonus stats. For example, at level 7 here, we get shield after out of combat. But because I'm going down the agility tree here, I'm never going to get this. There is no more additional, like, we're always going to get additional stats, but we're never going to get the bonus kind of stat with effect, right? Bar this first one, which only needs 1 point. So this is where I'm locked in, because it's a bot deck, or just a crappy little deck. It's a crappy little deck they made. So, you know, this is what I really like about the changes. The card system before, right, was so limited. When you were playing, you know, you were limited to the 2 affinities that a champion had. So you couldn't choose. It's a Severog, I think it was growth and corruption. Definitely corruption. I want to say growth as well. So I could only build those 2 cards in universal cards, which was okay. But I don't know, like here you can build anything you want. But the cool thing, what I like, is the whole idea behind this like system here is that I can stay out on lane forever, or not forever and ever, but you know, it makes you think, well, I can stay out longer if you play it right, and you know, I don't have to necessarily back. But because we're probably going to end up dying, don't want to be feeding those bots. So we'll look to recall here. I love my crown though, so I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to have a button so I can spin around all game like that. So we're now back to shop. So how are we looking? We currently have 1,000 gold, so we're going to put that down the agility tree, and that means we can now unlock this card. Had we not done that, I could actually sell this card, or not sell it, unequip it, should I say. Unequip's the right word, I'm not selling it. Unequip it, and I get that point back, but seeing as we have enough, we can go boom. So from picking up this card, we gain 22 basic armor penetration and 16 power, which is pretty sweet, okay? So my next card, for example, like I say, every card gives us, he just gives us armor penetration, that's his stat. This one gives us 8 power gen, but we want to say Thunder Cleaver, right? So at the moment, I can't buy Thunder Cleaver because I've gone 6, I've spent all my points here. I only need 3. So if I was to keep these cards here, I'd need another 3 agility in here, or we could unequip this and it would be enough, but I need to put 4 points in my vitality tree now. And really, this build here is focusing down vitality because you have the gems, right? It doesn't mean we have to go that route, but really, we want to be trying to get those, as those are what give us OP. You have the multi-shot one. To get that multi-shot one, if you've ever watched my video where you have 3 auto attacks, you need to get 21 points down I believe the agility tree to unlock that one if you select it. So jungle is, I don't know, I think it's a shambles really at the moment, but the game's beater, so that's what I keep saying. The game is beater, that's what it is, right? So raptors are actually up. We could go do raptors. Normally it was something I would never be able. I wouldn't imagine actually even attempting doing really raptors solo as a Sebrog, but the jungles, because the stats have been so changed, we're so OP right now with a green buff and a black buff. We should just rip these. We'll ult this straight out as well. We should be fine. Look, really not really taking much damage, and can even use my Q to stack that, and pretty easy take. It's not like we're uberly fed either, right? I don't know. We have 21 minions, which is not really much at this point. Tab 44, so it's not like we're uberly fed in minions. We have 2 kills, so it's not like sure we're against bots, and we can make more comments when we start playing some proper PvP games and getting a feel for it. But I'm not uberly fed, and I could take raptors at 10 minutes, which I guess, to be honest, maybe in some ways that should be the case. On League of Legends, you could solo the dragon at 2 minutes or 3 minutes with Warwick at level 2. So maybe I'm being, I don't know. Compared before, it was always so hard to get the raptors whilst there. That felt so easy, and I'm not overly fed. I could easily have this score in a PvP game. It's not an unrealistic score we have right now. So I've just chucked a load of points in vitality. Intellect doesn't interest me this game. You could actually, it's got the 1 point there, so I guess chucking that 1 point to actually insta-lock that tier 1 gem would be cool. We go for the 4-man. 4-man. Can we do it? Can we do it? I'm feeding it. Oh, no, I only hit 1 person with my ult. Rip was so dead. I was so dead. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, I'm really sorry. Guy was probably like, what the fuck just happened? But I want to do it so we can have a look at the death. How's death works now. So when you die, you still see the stats, and you can buy shot. Control G, Alt G, I keep getting them mixed up today. So what we do have now, this is actually perfectly timed. It was a little part of the plan. So we have 1,000 gold. I'm going to put that into my vitality. And we now have 5 points, which means we can, or in theory we have enough, but unfortunately we don't. So to unlock that, we would have to unequip this card, because this only gives us 1 point back. So we unequip that, we get 5 points back. That's going to allow me to get my Thunder Cleaver. So you can switch and choose, if there's some items, there's like Smite cards, maybe you don't want it, and then you chuck it, and you're not going to lose anything for it, which is super cool. And that's what I mean, there's just so many, the card system before felt so dry, and you are locked, you build a deck. Sure, you're going to build a deck on this, and you're probably going to use the same cards over and over, the same 12 cards or the same deck, but the way you use it is so different. You can switch it out backwards or forwards, and you don't get punished for doing that. And I like that, right? I like that. It's cool. It just adds. I just feel with the card system that OP 17 stacks right there. I feel with the card system. This new card system has gave you so many build paths. My only worry is that with it being new, there's going to be so many cards that are OP on certain champs. I want to try out Chimera Jungle because I think Chimera is just going to be ridiculous. If you put freaking all your points down agility him with his Q, he's just going to be able to solo Prime so easily. We can have a look how strong. Oh no, we wouldn't be able to do Prime. we could try, I guess. Should we have a look? Let's see how we. So currently we have some load of points in agility. Next point there is actually going to give us additional damage, so we'll go for that. Why not? Hey. And currently down vitality, we have 5 points in that. So see, there's ones what give us additional damage to jungle minions, but we don't have that here. All right, let's see what happens. I really don't. We're not fed at all. So I just kind of wanted to see. Yeah, we're gonna get wrecked here, just to see get a little feel for things. So the thing is, if Chimera comes in with us like attack speed, it would be jokes. Victor's this. I feel this. he's probably gonna end up dying here as well. But to be honest, if the two of us can solo this at 15 minutes, then I think that's too weak. And it looks like we are. Like, is he third? Yeah, he's 1 to 7. Oh my. Like, this is a Severog. Oh god. And the fate, like, I think personally that was to be at prime at 15 minutes is way too soon. And you know, we're against bots, but I'm not fed. You know, I could be that in game. I have no farm. I would definitely probably have doubled that farm, especially with how quickly you could clear the jungle. I'd have so much more farm here if we were playing on seriously. Victor is not fed at all, and Faye's kind of come over the end. But I think, to be honest, me and him were about to pull that off, which is crazy. Like, yeah, that I don't think, to me that just seems broken. But again, I guess we can look at that more when we go on. So we'll look to end out the game. I think I gave the main principle here. Again, we want to put points. We put that point because that unlocks that gem there. Our next one, we want to try and probably look to get that gem. It's a freaking whole buggy. It's pretty annoying. So yeah, we'll look to end out the game, and then we can I'll give you a little talk about how to build a deck. We'll cover that in this video, and just sort of gems. But yeah, I am working on a lot of things. But I wanted to give this video as quick as I can to try and help you guys out. As I keep getting so many bosses asking me, "Mr. Big Rush, you gotta help me now." Oh yeah, you're back there. But I don't think we're overly fair than that. To me, that just seems ridiculous. But like I say, I'm going to be streaming tonight. Twitch.tv/Mr. Rest of the week, we'll see how it goes down. But yeah, I'm looking forward to. What was meant to happen when I was on the PvE was that we would be playing on the new map, or not the new map, but the map's obviously having a big rework regarding the looks and textures. Hopefully, a big jungle rework would be on the way, but I don't think that's going to be until next month now. So I guess they want to get a feel for how this new card system works, but I think there's going to be so many goddamn broken. There's going to be especially people, you know, the pros, I guess, in this game, or people who are smart with deck building. I'm not smart when it comes to deck building. I think there's going to be people on this game that are going to be so smart and just find some real broken cards. But hey, it's beta's for, man. Like, yeah, that's what beta's about, right? I'd love to know your boss's thoughts. Have you played the game at the moment? How are you feeling? How do you feel it looks? So, are you happy with V42? Is it ticking boxes? Is it not? If it's not, then why isn't it? But again, watch that gold card because it's so easily. Like, I'm kind of trying to make a video and everything, but you know, I can imagine it being so easy to forget that to forget about it, and you're like, oh my god, that, you know. Like, before it wouldn't matter because you would have to back and that would happen, and that's going to be in so many people's mentality that you need to back and spend those points, but you can spend points before you back, and that's massive. If you're not doing that, you're going to be losing out on a lot of damage. Obviously, the tab changed, cards there. The bots didn't buy a card. Did that really happen? Was that actually? Wow. No noobs. So, we're level 51. I've actually just hit level 52. How about that? That was pretty easy, right? So new level cap to 99, as I'm sure you guys are aware. That ended a bit quick. I was hoping we could actually talk about that a bit more. So daily quest store thing. We got. Jesus Christ, this all happened so quick. What to talk about? All right. So we got 2,500 rep. which, considering I need 750,000 just to get this master on Severog, is crazy. Like, it's going to cost you like 1,000,000 and 250,000 just to get to that point. It's crazy. So, yeah, I guess maybe they were trying to, with it being free to play, they're going to try and make people buy boosts. Maybe that's a way of them forcing people to buy boosts. So we got stars. You don't really get many stars with PvE, right? We actually hit level 52. It goes up to 99. I don't know how long that would take. I think there's about 2,000 people hit level 99. So we got a bonus. Do we get bonus? I don't know if we get bonus. We should normally get bonus points. You used to be able to get, but you used to get bonus points for your having masteries. I don't know if that's still the case here. So we can unlock my next rank, 750,000 rep. Or I guess that's also a way of them forcing you to use coins. So, you know, it is a free-to-play game, and it's, yeah, maybe that's the way of them making some money, which is interesting. Which I don't really mind, to be honest. It's not, you know, with that kind of paywall there, or that, you know, it's either you grind or you pay, I think. I don't want to say that just yet, but that's how that kind of, instantly looking at that. But, you know, it's a free-to-play game, and they've got to make money somehow, really. They do give a lot away for free. Paragon do give away a lot for free, I do feel. So it doesn't look like so we got several match, because we had the 7 mastery, we got extra stars. That's cool. I like that. But I want to be getting extra rep for having a mastery. And then obviously we have the scoreboard. I believe you can still rate players, still the same. Can we rate the enemy team? Bots. Noobs did buy cards. So I would like to see the cards be like crafting come back. Like crafting's been removed, but I like to see crafting putting back, and you can make, obviously you can upgrade your cards and make them look cooler. I'd like to see crafting come back to make your cards look cooler. Like maybe you can craft them and make them have better borders and different borders, and you know, I think that would be a cool feature to have. And then when you're on here, you can actually see those cards. I think would be pretty sweet. Along with also bringing back the victory screen. So we click continue. We get some bonus stars into my chest. Obviously, we have the Megavolt. Megavolt's now changed. A lot of people used to complain. I know my buddy, I got quite lucky with my previous Megavolts, but my buddy got like 600 topaz or whatever it was called before, one of the crafting components. Now, you don't. So the rewards you get there are sick, right? You can have Feng Mao, Gadget, or you get a chest or key, you know, all which are pretty good, right? Just for putting your time into it, and that's free. So that's what we talk about. You know, maybe there's that paywall, but you could get 2 skins here which are worth like £10 to £15. So, it's pretty cool. Maybe you don't like that skin, but it's free, right? So, on our homepage, how have things changed? Daily quest still the same, star chest still the same, and, well, Megavolt, as I say, has changed slightly. We have a different level cap to 99. Going onto the store, I haven't actually been on the store. The store didn't work on my previous version. Everything looks the same. Supposedly, there's meant to be different ways to spend your rep. I don't know if that's actually a thing at the moment. It doesn't look like there seems to be like a master skin sale on, so if there's a skin you want, like, big sales. Coins, 10,000. Oof. Don't tease me. So I think maybe XP boosts are going to be maybe a thing. Something that might become quite popular. Banner. All the banners are on sale. But like I say, all the new champs do come with banners. Emotes. All the emotes. Oh shit! I swear I just bought a meat emote as well. Oh man. Did I? That's kind. Oh man. Sorry guys, let me mute my phone. I ain't got time for... Don't want all pings going off, do we? A popular going on. Oh. Might have to invest in some emotes now. They've literally... look how cool this emote is, right? I might actually have to chuck some money on this game now. Or, you know, I have chucked some money. I bought the Founders Pack, which was like £100, even though I was on the early access when it came out, like last January, when it first came out, back in the day. And I ended up buying the Founders Pack, which was really cool because it got me every mastery. But, yeah, which was saving a lot. So, things have changed. So, this is our first kind of big change. How the hero collection looks. We have a level 10 Severog, which comes over at level 1. So, I don't know why it means at level 1 that the Master Severog is there. I don't know how that kind of works. But at level 2, you get oh no, because I've already unlocked that, I guess. That's what it means. But at next level... I don't know what it means by that. I'm not sure. I don't understand why it's at 1. I don't know how that works. But anyway, yeah, level 2 you get a chest and more chests and cards and chests. And obviously you can see here at rank 1, which we will start off at, you get the Challenger Severog. Once you unlock your the mastery for that champ, you get the Challenger skin. At 2, you get a little crown. It'd be kind of cool if you wanted to. I guess you'd always want the bigger crown though, right? Let's say at rank 4, you get you get your first banner. You get another emote. There's I guess these are the emotes there. There's one emote there and one emote there. So you get the emote a lot sooner. It is a lot quicker to actually rank up champions than compared to before. Ability-wise, still the same. And obviously our skins. So like I said, there are rival skins for every champion now, which is pretty cool. I think the rival skins are really nice. So for example, say if we get onto a champ, here my Feng Mao is level 3. So at the moment, oh, I guess that's our latest reward we got. Maybe that's what I was trying to say. So again, we get all chests, different kind of cards, and you can see we currently have a little small crown, and our next reward is actually going to be a banner, which is pretty cool. I believe though you can only use the banner you have. If you have a Feng Mao banner, I don't believe you can use that when playing Severog. That was at least how it looked anyway. As I should have banners from a few champions, but that seems to be the case. So there should be a rival. There we go, rival thing now. Doesn't look as cool as Severog skin. So you got your close to level ones, your most played. I don't know if it says how many games, but we've got a 250. That's not a bad win ratio. Highest win rate on Countess with 26. 317 with total hero levels, and I've got 81 skins. How many skins you guys got? Let me know. Let me know what your hero levels is. So we have cards. Obviously, I've touched on this in past and previous videos, going over all the cards. I'm not going to go through every card because obviously you guys have the game now, and you guys know what's going on, but you guys get a feel for it. So here's a card that actually costs value. So this costs 1,000 gold to buy this card in game. So you won't get additional stats. You're only going to get the card. Whilst if you use 1,000 points in game, normally you get agility, and then potentially you can actually unlock a card with that. So you gain 4 experience every 10 seconds. When you decide to get rid of this, this is gone. So that 1,000 gold is never come back, and you're not going to have any additional stats. So obviously you guys know what all the cards look like. Currently at the moment I've got 23 of each one. I did have all of them but one in the PvE, but there you go, such is life. So obviously we have our gems. Again, you guys have, or I don't know what you have on, maybe you haven't got all the cards, maybe you do have all the cards, but gems are something that I will touch on in separate videos. We could be talking about these things for days, but the most important thing I want to touch on is a deck. So regarding deck-wise, we want to build a deck. I'm going to build a deck for a damage-dealing champion. So this deck I'm going to build is something that can be used on carries, for example. So obviously, as you guys may be aware, if you're not aware, if you're not aware, deck changing has been, everything has completely changed regarding cards. Champions are no longer have affinities locked behind them. So Severog's no longer corruption and growth. He can be anything of any of these 5, or any 2 of these 5. So I could be growth and death, knowledge and order, knowledge and growth and death. I think I just said that, but blah blah blah. So for a carry, this is for my deck. There is no real right and wrong. You're going to have to mess around, but I'm going to work on pushing out guides for each one as I kind of make up my mind on how things work. We get to select 12 cards, and obviously out of those 12 cards, these are all the cards that I own for the corruption and chaos and death. So I think I'm missing 2 cards in total. We've got 23 of each one, 23 out of the 24. So these are all the cards that I can pick from. So I can select 12 cards. You only get to use 1 card of each, unlike in the previous game where you could have like 5 meltdowns. You only get to have one card. So you can't have like, say, 3 Nuke Blood Mutants. So obviously on here you want to be having a mix of low level to high level. If you remember looking back on how we were playing that previous game, we want a card at level 1, really ideally, whether it's a gold card or a point card, so we can get those stats, right? Otherwise, it's kind of wasted stats. You could, in theory, if you wanted to, you could just put 12 high level cards, or you only need 3 cards. So you could just go, I want Red Zone, I want Vampiric Blade. Let's tilt my head to see if we have it over here, and Super Initiative. If that's right, my pronunciations are terrible. So you need to kind of mess around with things to get to how you want your card decks to feel. But you got 12 cards, so you're pretty cool. So this is a little idea for a carry. This might not be the best deck going, but I think this, if you're building a carry deck, then this could be pretty cool. So what would I look to go for? I look to go for Cold of the Week. From there, I would also want to chuck in so I'm not really fussed about this cards. Again, that's 1 agility. That's going to cost. This is going to cost vitality. That's gold. So this is a true sight radius. So card is unequipped on death. So basically, I believe you can see further around you, which is pretty cool. But when you die, you will lose that card, and that 1,000 gold worth of stats is gone forever. No real gain. So next up, I'm going to. I'm just trying to look at my written down list I have to try and find the cards that we want. So I want to chuck in Overclock Droid, and then I also want. So this is sort of like a mediocre card. We're gonna farm out, and coming back with 6,000 gold is pretty reasonable at the start, right? So I have that level 1 card. I could get rid of that level 1 card if I wanted to, or the 1 agility card, and I should be able to get 6,000 gold, or at least 5,000, because I could chuck that one away and build into this, and then actually get it back later on if I wanted to, which is the cool thing here, right? So then I also want to go for this bad boy. This is more of like a late game card, 7,000 gold. So this thing, what you have to look at when building this card is that you're going to be farming 7,000 gold, and you're not going to be putting it in your tree. So that's 7,000 gold's worth of stats you're missing out on. Once you get that, it's beastie. But during that time, you could put 7,000 worth of stats in the agility tree and have an additional, say, 20%, additional 20% attack speed. I don't know if that's right, but if you get what my meaning behind that is, hopefully that kind of makes sense. Also, on top of that, I want to go for Heavy Hitter. Basically, attacks increased by 15%. It's a nice late game card as well. And at the time, if you build this straight away, you're only going to have 16 power plus 15%, which works out like 22 or something. But if you combo that with this dude, the Hellfire Engine, you're looking at 15% of 100 would be like 18, 17 or something. Additional damage plus this, so it works out quite nicely. Stuff you need to keep in mind when building a deck here. And then also I want to go for this bad boy. Enter Shadow Plane and gain movement speed. Attacking the enemy from Shadow Plane applies a 400 movement speed slow. So for this card, we actually need Vitality and Intellect. So I'm going to have to actually put 6 points down my Intellect tree. So it's something to actually keep in mind when building these cards. You're going to have a mix and match. And maybe you just want to rush all the way down Agility because there's some gems, which we'll look at in a second, that you want first. Like there's just so much to keep in mind when building decks. It's impossible to say what's right and what's wrong, but there's certainly, I will be working on guides to cover things as best as I can. We're going to get Played for Lord next, and then on top of that, we also want to chuck in 2 big-ass cards with the likes of Shattered Golem, which does our critical chance, and also the Mighty Strike, which attack speed is reduced by 65 every 8 seconds, but my basic attacks deal 300% bonus damage. Seems pretty cool with the attack speed buffs anyway, whatever. Losing some attack speed isn't going to be an issue. There was another card I actually went past. I want to chuck in some armor penetration. And yeah, so we only have 9 cards out of the 12 at the moment, but that's kind of what I want. You can chuck in more cards if you wish to do so, but those are the 9 cards that I want to have in my deck. And I probably wouldn't use any others. But you could do, because maybe there'll be a situation where you might want to have it. Maybe you want to have a different early game card. Who's to know? So here we have is our gem tree. So this, what gives you bonus stats? They're kind of like runes. So I have 6 in total. I could put 5 in here and then 1 in vitality, or I could put 1 in vitality, 2 in intellect, and whatever's left is 3 into agility. And I could put them in either one, right? So like I could put 1 in slot 25 and then put the rest of my 5 gems into vitality. So we'll have a quick look as just a quick example. Here we have, so they changed it. So before there was like I guess that was super confusing for everyone. Oh no, they still do have it. So lifesteal, for example, this gem, I guess I haven't unlocked them, that's why. So this gem, lifesteal, gives you health regen, whilst this one gives you attack speed, whilst this one gives you armor, and this one gives you 20% mana regen. This wasn't actually very clear on the PvE. So there are multiple versions of the same gem, but they give you additional stats. So maybe I want health, maybe I want something else, right? So for here, we could go for we could even jog this one on, right? We don't have to actually open with that, but I'm going to go for the bonus gold. Who doesn't love bonus gold if we can actually last hit? Next up, we could go for fast travel, gaining movement speed, or we could go for ruthless. We do an additional 2% basic, 2% additional damage to heroes, which is pretty sweet. Or you can go for wealthy though, which actually increases our gold by 5%. Which isn't too bad, right? Not too bad. I'm gonna go for ruthless. Out of these 3 gems, you may have different gems to me. This the thing is, that's the one kind of downside to the whole card system and the way cards work is that I might have different cards to what you have. It's not like in League of Legends where everyone has the same thing and we're in the same kind of playing form. I think this is a much better system previously, but you're still limited and you might not have the same cards as I do. So here, multi-shot is the one which gives us free auto attacks, which looks pretty damn dope. But you could actually have lifesteal, which to be honest, in some ways is actually better. The thing is, multi-shot, it was pretty cool when I was playing around with it. But at the end of the day, it's only really great for wave clearing. The multi-shot isn't like Sparrows or you're most likely not going to be hitting 3 people, or let alone 2 in a team fight, as they're going to be split and it doesn't have that sort of range. So I think having additional 10% lifesteal is a bit... yeah, it's a bit better. But, maybe I might be wrong. Until we play around some PvP, it's hard to say. So I'm going to go for the one that says gives us bonus health. I'm not sure. I don't know what best stats are. Should I went for health regen? Hard to say. I'm going to put another point here. So we can go for one with Duelist. Take 20% less damage from the hero. Piercing attack. Basic attacks ignore 30% of enemy armor. That sounds pretty cool. Or we can go every 5th basic attack deals 130 damage. 5th basic attack, it's quite a bit. I don't think that's actually on the same target, but for 100 damage, whilst we could go for one what ignores their armor, which is pretty cool. I'm going full points down the agility tree, as that's what I'm looking to max out the most, and I think the abilities down the agility tree favour the AD carry the most. But again, could be wrong. Basic attacks grant 2 attack speed and a power, stacking up 10 times, so we need to be constantly attacking to get the bonus there. Basic attacks have a 15% chance to deal 75% bonus damage. Pretty damn dope. Or we can go here, basic attacks no longer apply a combat penalty. I'm going to go for the critical hits. This one, we'll go for the power and health regen. Cool. So we have 1 point to spend. I'm going to choose to use that point, I believe. I'll go down. We can go for in the vitality intellect tree. Whilst this one, mana regen. It's not too bad. Reduced by 0.2. It's not really much. Like I said, I could actually put it here if we want. And we know that we have to... I think there was a card that was 7 points. So we know we would get this far. To be honest, I don't want to be putting more points down the intellect tree if I don't need to. So I think there was one card that cost 7. So we could actually go here and, we would get there. And it would, it would work with this build. But for the sake of it, I'm just going to chuck... no, I didn't want that one actually. I'm sorry. Or a mana potion. We could go Vitality if we wanted to. We do have some cards with Vitality in mind. So you've got to mix and match and try and build it around your deck until you start playing some games. You can come back and always switch this deck up. The cool thing with this deck, though, is that I can use this on anyone. I could use this deck on anyone in game. So if I'm playing Miriam, I could use it on Miriam. Might not be good on Miriam, but I could do, and that's the cool thing. So this deck is going to be my AD carry deck. Some stuff I want to kind of change, but as a basic kind of idea of what's going on, I think I've got you covered there. Like I say, I do have a much shorter guide covering things, maybe in a bit more detail. I'm working on tons of guides. I've literally got so many ideas what I want to do with Paragon, and I'm trying as hard as I can whilst having a IRL to really try and work around things. But I will be streaming every day for the rest of this week, and probably in towards next week. I do be planning to be doing streaming as a more kind of full-time thing. But you can keep up my channel, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Post on there daily. You can find out more about my Tin Man on my Instagram, and YouTube's obviously I will try and keep you bosses informed as much as possible. But really, that is that. We now have my AD carry deck there. If we want to build a new deck, we can build up to 26. That was how many decks I had previously, which is quite interesting. I guess they just transferred that over. I guess you could still buy decks somewhere, maybe. Chests. We have no chests. And loot crates. Standard. Have all the keys, but no cates. And obviously, we have banners that... I did have the free banners, and obviously you have the additional banners, for example, if you have that hero. Probably I quite like the Fortnite one, it's pretty cool. Whilst we have our watch, we can watch replays. I don't know what the replay system is going to be like, I haven't actually touched it. I'm not really a massive fan of the replay system. It's cool that we have replays. I think super dope. You know, really, really cool. But the replay system needs a lot of work, in my opinion. And then obviously we have the community corner, which is really cool to check out latest guides. You know, there's normally some cool pictures like this dude's drawing and blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I think that's really it. We have our daily rewards, of course. We log in tomorrow, we get the gold chest, we get a key at 60. I'm getting so close, so that works the same, but no more crafting components. So we now can play PvP. We can play PvP. So yeah, come join me on stream, bosses. If there is anything I haven't covered, I've tried to cover everything as I possibly can. I know it's a long video like this, but there's so much to talk about. But you know, short guides are going to be coming up. Just keep an eye out. You can follow my Paragon playlist. That's actually on my main channel. It's right underneath my featured content. I will catch you guys later. Best of luck in V42. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Oh, and our game just crashed. Thank God, that was quite good timing, right? And for Boba Fett, yo, give it a round of applause for Boba Fett. Baddest man in game. Anyway, guys, take it easy and have a great day. Peace.